Do you think Bo-Katan might not trust him because how he wields the dark saber and feels like maybe he'd be in control of the Mandalorian where she secretly wanted that?
Yeah, it's possible. That's something that makes at least a little bit more sense in terms of why she wouldn't trust him with this knowledge, because maybe if he looked more into the lore and realized the holder of the dark saber would lead all Mandalorian, and if this mythosaur would present itself to him, that he would have that on it as well, and everyone would view him as the true leader of their people, then yeah, then that would make a little bit more sense. I guess it's got to be. We're gonna talk about this in future episodes here, but I think you're right in terms of the dark saber plays a part into why maybe she is, I don't want to say standoffish, but doesn't trust Din Djarin. I just don't think he wants it. Right? Let's think of like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I don't want it. I don't want it. You're my queen, Dany. So like, I really think that it's one of those things. And Din Djarin doesn't really want to be the leader of the Mandalorians, but if he really pushed for it, he likely could be. He's obviously very skilled in combat. He's done a bunch of stuff that we haven't seen these other Mandalorians do. He's found another species of Jedi, kind of, because I don't know if I don't want to say that species, but Grogu is showing Jedi potential at the very least. And Grogu seems to have been attached to Din Djarin here and views him as some sort of father figure. And then on top of that, too, he was able to defeat Moff Gideon, so now he holds a Darksaber. So if Din Djarin really pushed for it, I believe that he would have a good argument to be the leader of the Mandalorians. And I think that's probably what makes Bo-Katan uncomfortable, very similarly to the Game of Thrones, where that's kind of what made Dany uncomfortable with Jon, is that most people wanted Jon to be the king and to take the reins. And that's almost, I mean, that's not the reason why, but it's definitely one of the reasons why Dany went mad at the end. You know, she never felt comfortable in her station because she realized that other people, the people she was planning on ruling, not all of them supported her claim. They might support Jon's, and maybe that's exactly what's happening here, where Bo-Katan's worried that if it came down to it, they may support Din Djarin's claim to lead the Mandalorians versus her own.